Hello, you guys. It is now July the 5th, which is Thursday, and I'm coming at you in the kitchen so you know what time it is. I'm coming to give you a quick video on how you can make a really quick family-oriented meal and literally, just basically set it and go. So this will be something that's great for the summer because A, it's economical, B, it doesn't heat up your entire house because we're going to be using the crock pot, which is very handy at this time of the year. Actually, all times of the year, but I like it the fact that it doesn't elevate the heat in your home because you're using the crock pot versus an oven or on top of the stove. And C, it's something that is not going to take a lot of your time. You're just going to basically season, prep some other things with it, and create a side dish, and that's it. So this is going to be something that's similar like to a pot roast, but we're going to be using steaks for that. Basically, we're using the steaks because A, it was BOGO at Safeway, and I had it already in my deep freezer. If you watched my video showing you guys the deep freezer items, that 4 days of being without electricity and having the electrical storm that we had in Maryland, we were blessed to come home and see our meats still frozen. God is so good, and in all things, we are to find Thanksgiving in it and rejoice. So we're going to be using the steaks that I had already in the deep freezer. Again, BOGO. What you want to do is whenever you're seeing meat or things that just are really, really great prices, what you want to do is just buy in bulk. You can buy in bulk from other stores other than BJ's, Sam's Club, your traditional bulk warehouses. But you can buy in bulk out of your regular food market by just simply buying lots of whatever it is, freezing it, and just doing it like that. But I wanted to show you guys just by taking one pack of that meat, and I think it's about 5 big, huge steaks, as you can see. So we're going to put that into our crock pot. You're going to just basically cut up in chunks 1 large onion. You're going to use the following seasonings. We're going to use a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. I got this with couponing. It was free, but these things have really long shelf life, so that's a great thing. I buy my seasonings in bulk. That's one of the ways you can tell a good cook. So I get my seasonings from BJ's, but you're just going to use your regular standard black pepper. You're going to also use some Goya Adobe, all-purpose seasoning. Now, you can use one or both of this, but keep in mind this is going to raise the salt level. So you want to use, not too much of it. But this is steak seasoned salt. You can also use Cajun seasoning if you like. Again, keeping in mind that these things contain salt. So you don't want to use a lot of both, okay? And we can also use the Kansas City steak seasoning. Now, I like this because, as you can see, this has big grains in it. It has a little bit of everything that I showed you, but you can actually see it, which gives it a bolder flavor and taste. It has whole peppercorns and all kinds of seasonings and herbs down in this. So we're going to use this as well. And believe it or not, this actually has less salt in it than, of course, the seasoning that I just showed you, and also the Cajun seasoning. All right? So these you actually can find at your local food market or at the Dollar Tree, because they do have it now. Another thing, speaking of Dollar Tree, that they had, and I was really shocked to see, so I stocked up on them. I think I bought like 8 bags of this. This is the Ore-Ida steam and mash garlic seasoned potatoes. These are real potatoes. It says you get 7 servings, but for us in my home, let's keep it real, and that's what I'm going to do. This will probably serve about 3 or 4 of us, which is perfect for our family size. So we use 1 bag at a time. You steam it. This is something you put in the microwave. Again, not using no heat. Not elevating the heat level. And I'm speaking of that because in Maryland it's 102 degrees. So summer meals, we're going to find a lot of people fix a lot of like cold cuts and things like that. Just, as a way to basically not have to do a lot, an easy way, and also so you don't have to elevate your the heat in your home. But we're going to show you how you can make a real home style meal complete, and you're going to do so on a budget, and you're going to do so in the crock pot, which is easy breezy. But this is something you put in the microwave for 10 minutes. It is real potatoes. It's not that, the box mashed potatoes. These are real potatoes. But, you can actually make this in the microwave. You steam it inside the bag, and that's it. You serve it. So these are at the Dollar Tree. It is the full-size bag. I do know that this costs about $3.29 out your regular food market. So if you go to the Dollar Tree, look in your frozen food section, you guys. Do not be afraid of the Dollar Tree. You can get a lot of great things from that store, and these are new in your frozen food section. You can also, if you don't see them in your frozen food section and you want to try it anyway, you can find them in your local food market. Now, let us begin. This is so simple, you guys. I'm just basically doing this to inspire you guys. We're going to lay our meat into our pan, our crock pot. And in between each layer, you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my flavoring. The reason why is because you want every layer to have that seasoning and that flavoring. So we're going to, in between each layer, which is going to be 2 layers for me, we're putting the steak seasoning in this right now. As you can see, and I said this one is the one that doesn't really have any salt in it. So you can use that, to your own liking. And then we're going to also use the steak seasoning that has the salt in it, which is the steak seasoning salt, and we're not going to use a whole pile of that. Okay? We're going to use our black pepper and our adobe, and in between each layer, we're going to use our onions. Okay? That's right, Pootie. You're going to use our onions. Okay? And I basically don't tell you guys how to measure because I know that seasonings are to taste. Everybody's palate is different. So you're going to have to find out what works for your palate, your family, and season accordingly. All right? And next, we're going to lay our onion down. Okay? Now, the potatoes, you do not add this into here. Now, this would be a meal that you can slice up some carrots and some whole potatoes, or you can even do the shortcut version if you like. I don't prefer it, but you can also use the canned potatoes. That's up to you. But this is a meal that you can definitely use that with. You can also have some rice on the side because this is going to create its own gravy. And what I do is, you don't see it on camera, but when this is done, and when it's piping hot for about I usually cook it for almost 3 hours, so you know it's super, super tender. Okay, so and when around about 2 hours and 45 minutes, what I do is get about a ladle, I would say I wouldn't say a ladle because that's a lot. I would say about 4 teaspoons of flour, white flour. And then you're going to add that by stirring it, of course, into this pot. Now, it's going to have all its natural juices in here. So, and with the Worcestershire sauce and the seasoning, that's going to create a thin gravy. But what I want to do is I want to thicken that gravy. The reason why is because besides the meat that is going to be on the dish, I want to also thicken the gravy because of to add on top of the mashed potatoes. Okay? So, this is how I do it. You can do it whatever way you like. I'm just giving you some ideas. Again, one of the side dishes you can have with this is the mashed potatoes that I'm fixing. You can fix brown or white rice, steam that in a pot next to this, or you can fix some whole potatoes, some whole, some diced up carrots in it, and keep it moving. Now, as for us, I'm going to fix some green beans with this. So just add some regular green beans. And yeah, that's how I'm going to fix it. But we're going to add our next layer of meat. We're going to season again, and we're going to also add our carrots. I'm sorry, our onion. You can add more onion, but this is really for Daddy because you know that I don't eat meat, although I have eaten it a few times in the past, I'd say 4 weeks. But I'm trying to do it gradually. If I do want to incorporate some meat in my diet, I'm just doing it basically like once a week or whatever. You know, just gradually if I choose to do it that way. But, yeah, so Nene is out on vacation with her other grandmother, so she's not going to eat this, so this is basically for Daddy and Pootie, which will last a couple of days. I won't have to cook. Yay, me! So, this is how it looks, you guys. Raw, of course. I cook mine in the crock pot for about 3 hours. Add the side dish to it. You have a easy, quick, economical meal to fix your family. On that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I thank you for tuning in. I hope this gives you ideas. Be blessed.